This is John's garden. His garden is full of different kinds of flowers. But it was his wish to fill his garden with only rose plants. So, he used vegetative propagation through cutting. He took a rose plant, cut several stem pieces from it, sowed these on the soil, and within a few days, his garden was full of rose plants. Now, one disadvantage of sexual reproduction is that it takes a lot of time. It is a very time-consuming process. See, we've learned that flowers convert to form fruits after pollination. Now, for pollination, transporters or pollinators like insects, water, wind are required. Now, after pollination and fertilization, the flower forms the fruit. Fruit contains seed. Now, the seeds have to germinate to form the new plants. Whereas in vegetative propagation, new plants can be obtained in larger quantities in a very less time. So this is one advantage of vegetative propagation over sexual reproduction, and that is the number of productions. Now notice, in vegetative propagation, the offspring generation is similar to the parent generation. That is, all the parental characteristics are retained in the offspring generation. But in case of sexual reproduction through cross-pollination, we know that new variations are obtained. See, these are two cross-pollinating flowers. And this has caused the generation of this new variety of offspring that has characteristics of both the parent plants. So there is loss of parental features, and there has been new variations by sexual reproduction through cross-pollination. So an advantage of vegetative propagation over sexual reproduction is that the parental characteristics are retained in the offspring plant. So the parent and the offsprings are identical in all the characters that they have. But an advantage of sexual reproduction over vegetative propagation is that there are new variations that are formed due to sexual reproduction. Now, during a heavy storm, if a portion of a plant breaks off, then it can be easily fused back with the original plant or with a different plant by the process of grafting. So, grafting of vegetative propagation reduces the damage of these natural disasters. So, this is another advantage of vegetative propagation over sexual reproduction, and that is plant parts can be rejoined if it has broken. Now, when we eat watermelons, we spit out the seeds. But what about banana? We don't find seeds in them. So how do new banana plants develop if there are no seeds? Well, banana plants have a special property of vegetative propagation where new plants develop from the base of an existing plant. So how does this happen? Well, this is because a banana plant has an extended stem below the soil, which is known as the sucker, and because of this sucker, new plants can develop. So, another advantage of vegetative propagation over sexual reproduction is that fruitless plants can also develop into new plants with the help of vegetative propagation. Now, a disadvantage of this vegetative propagation is that a lot of plants develop in a very small area of the soil. Like, take an example of the banana plant. New banana plants develop from the underground sucker. So, there is an accumulation of lot of banana trees in a very small space. And this causes the restriction of nutrients in the soil that each plant receives. So there is stunted growth in the banana tree. So, one advantage of sexual reproduction over vegetative propagation is that there is proper growth of plants because plants get sufficient amount of nutrients from the soil.